Hey guys, what's going on? Your old buddy Tim back in the Revolved Realty studio. Today we are talking about a couple of things. This is actually the first video of two, and we are going to be talking about the one thing that has killed more real estate deals than Donald Trump in a bad mood. The one thing that can get in the way of an otherwise great deal and kill it every time. You want to know what that one thing is? Anyone? I don't know why I'm looking around because I'm alone. It is come on, you can do it. Emotion. It's emotion. The one thing that has killed more real estate deals than anything else, in my opinion, is emotion. To be more to the point, it is the buyer and or seller's inability to separate emotion from the deal. Now, I said this is video one of two. Today, we are going to be talking about emotion on the buyer side, okay? Because there's emotion on both sides, very different emotions, although very similar in some ways. Today, we're going to talk about the emotional buyer, the buyer who simply cannot separate emotion from logic and reason. It's incredible. The very act of buying a house, probably because it is such a big purchase, typically the biggest purchase that most of us are going to make, it is an incredibly emotional time. And I understand that. That's great. When you are looking for a house, it's okay to be emotional because you do want to find a place that you love, especially if you're planning on staying there for a long time. So most folks, when they are in the house buying process, there's a lot of emotion there. Sometimes it's not great emotion, especially if you've been looking for a long time and you haven't found anything. A lot of negative emotions can come into play. But let's look at it this time from the point of view of a buyer who has found the perfect house. I hear this all the time. I hear it. I love this house. This is the perfect house. This is my dream home. This is the house that I've been looking for. That's great. I'm so glad you love the house. Now that you have found the home that you love in a location that you love, let's see if we can do it in a price range that you love. And here is where emotion starts to get in the way of logic and reason. Okay? When folks find a house they love, for some reason, their first inclination is this: I love this house. It is my dream home. I wonder how much I can get it for on the low side. What is the least amount of money that I have to spend to get this home that I love? So, as you can see, emotions are going to sway. Now, again, it's okay for you to have great emotions when you're looking to buy a house, but when the time comes to actually make the offer and start negotiating the numbers, that's when emotion needs to step aside. Now, you might be one of those folks. Let me tell you about my wife. My wife, Melissa, recently bought a new car. Very analytical, very methodical. She researched every car on the market for a year. She drove every kind of car you can imagine, and then decided that she really liked the new Nissan Murano, but it had to be a certain color with a certain interior. So she finds the perfect car. We drive an hour and a half to drive it, and my wife is very emotional. She's very expressive, as you might consider. She was, we're doing the test drive, and she's talking about how much she loves the car. Oh, it's a great car. It drives so well. It's so comfortable. Is your seat comfortable? Mine is just amazing. And she's just Googling over this car while the salesman is sitting in the back seat, rubbing his hands together because in his mind, he's already sold this car, and he's already sold this car for a bunch of money because the crazy dingbat lady in the driver's seat will not shut up about how much she loves this car. Now, we get back to the dealership. Melissa looks over at me, and I'm like, is this the car? I love this car. I love it. And then she goes, all right, go inside and get us a good deal. So let me get this straight. You spent the last 30 minutes riding around in a car with the sales guy in the back seat going on and on about how much you love this car. Now I'm supposed to go in and get you a good deal. Well, I did, only because I am an expert negotiator. And I finally told the guy, look, it doesn't matter how insane this woman is. If we can't strike a good deal, we're not going to buy this car. So when you are buying a house, you have to look at it from the same point of view. When it comes time to negotiate, you need to get the emotion out of the deal. Now, I mentioned that sometimes the high emotions of finding the property, once the deal starts happening, a lot of times those emotions go to the dark side. All of a sudden, we're only going to pay this much. We're going to start the bidding down here. It's like, again, it's emotion, but a different kind of emotion. That's why you need someone like me, a real estate agent who understands that while emotion is all well and good, there really is no place for emotions when it comes time to negotiating the deal for the house. All right. And what I do, what a big part of my job is dealing with my buyers and saying, okay, calm down. This is the house you want. Now, let's put together a reasonable and logical offer to make on the house. Well, there are those dark side emotions. Well, let's start down here. They're wanting $250 for the house. Let's offer them $2. Let's offer them $190. Let's offer them $180. Again, the emotions are coming into play, but they're not the giddy emotions. They're I'm the Arab trailer in the marketplace, or trader in the marketplace emotions. So one thing that I try to explain to my folks is, we're dealing with emotion on the other side of the table. If we go in with a really lowball, ridiculous offer, the emotion on the other side of the table may just reject that offer altogether. And I'm going to do another video. I've been thinking about this a lot, about negotiating, the art of negotiating, how some buyers think that they need to start low in order to end up here. And again, so one thing I try to do is, okay, let's get the emotion out of it. Let me do my job. Let me look at the market. Let me look at the comps. Let me look at what's active, what's sold. Let me come up with what I think is a reasonable offer on this house. Now, I work for you. Real estate agents work for the client, and you may discount my opinion, my advice. You may say, well, I appreciate that, but I still want to do this. It's my job to present that offer. I will do so in a non-emotional state, I guarantee you. Although, if we are coming in with a lowball offer, I guarantee you there's going to be some emotion on the other side of the net. All right? So, end of the story here is, it's okay to be emotional when you're looking for a house, because you want to find a house that you love, especially if you're going to be there for a few years. Now, keep this in mind. Those things that you love today may not be so lovable down the road. Reference the high divorce rate in our country. All right. Just because you love something today does not mean you're going to love it down the road. This is where you have to replace emotion with logic. Okay. Also, keep in mind this, your emotion sometimes can lead you into a terrible deal. I have had clients who were so emotional and so hell-bent on buying a property. They're like, I don't care what it costs. I don't care what I have to do. I love it. I've got to have it. Well, in that case, your emotions can get the better of you, and you can end up, unless you got somebody like me, paying way more than you should. So, end of story. Try to remove the emotion from the deal. Let your real estate agent get involved. Let me do all the negotiating for you. Let me formulate a reasonable price for you. Let me present the offer, handle all negotiations, and keep your emotions in check. The other side where I see the emotions is, once an offer is made and a counter offer comes back, well, there's some more emotions. Okay, they did not accept your offer. Here's what they want. Again, you have to keep emotion out of it. Common sense, logic, reasoning. The three things that are sorely lacking in my business. I've got to be honest with you. All right, so there you go. If you're a buyer, it's okay to fall in love with a property, but do not let your love for that property, do not let your emotions drive the ultimate deal. All right? Logic, emotion, reasoning. That's why you've got me. Next video, we're going to look at emotion from the seller's side because trust me, the emotions over there run just as high as they do over here. So, hey, I hope that was helpful. If I can do anything for you when it comes to real estate, feel free to be emotional about me. It's okay for you to love me. I'm incredibly lovable given the right situations. Anyway, so if I can help you out, give me a call, 679-0704. Look me up on the web at revolved.com. The email, tim@revolved.com. Keep your emotions in check. Let logic and reasoning rule the day, and you'll get the house you love at a price you love. All right? Talk to you soon.